If it happened under the Buhari-led administrate. Press conference on Monday inside Kaduna say the day when we say every go set, they come. The Shite still shook mouth for inside waiting the Attorney General of the Kaduna State, Aisha Dikoyan, say no get mind to withdraw the charges against Zazaki. When we say they stand trial for the State High Court, she say that the court go talk what if it happen to the Shite Oga. Lawal says since the detention of Zazaki, the government don dey talk plenty lie when we say still make them still lock the IMN Oga and a wife for there. He said the Kaduna State governor, they do waka to see, say they do wayo against the charges against the IMN Oga. Academic Staff Union of Universities, they do waka of zonal congress to yarn for wetin go come out from the last week meeting when they do with Oga President Muhammadu Buhari for inside the zonal congress. The union will start the process to take the final decision for integrated personal payroll information system after the meeting with Buhari. While some ASU zones meet on Monday, others go meet on Tuesday for what they go see from the meeting with Oga Presido. ASU don't meet with Buhari on Thursday last week with the mind to make the federal government may they drop the IPPIS for public universities. But the union waka be like a waiting no go work as the Presido do Yanis give to the lecturers made they join body with the IPPIS when say the federal government does say for all their workers. Justice Okona Bank of the Abuja Federal High Court on Monday overruled Abdulrasheed Maina plea to reject documented evidence when say the Economic and Financial Crime Commission EFCC present against them. Justice Abank said the defendant not in position to talk before the court which document when say they go use for the matter of the prosecution. He said that any document when say the prosecution won't bring before the court to prove their matter, now they go bring as far as they follow for the law. And say that kind of document, now they go give as evidence. He can still say whether the court will consider the document, whether it follow or not, say the matter and a different palaver. The hearing for inside the appeal of governors Aminu Tambuwa of Sokoto and Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano State include 4 governors when we say they'll be suspended by the Supreme Court on Monday, and other governors when we say they appeal, they say they're affected. And I make a Hedioa, Imo, Bala Mohammed Baoshi, Simon Along Plateau, and Simon Oton Benue. And before the Apex Court inside Abuja be suspend the hearing for the governorship appeal for the state. They say no be small thing happen. The Supreme Court don't carry the case till Tuesday for the hearing of the 13th appeal when they say they file when they say they concern the governorship palaver for the state.
The CGN who presided told us that one of the members has some health issues, and that it was rising so as to reconvene. And it's possible that the issue could not easily be resolved. So what the court has done is that about 13 appeals of the river that were supposed to come up today have all been moved to tomorrow. None of these appeals, for now, will lapse by a fraction of time. So hearing them tomorrow is also as good as hearing them today. For the court to be taking about 13 appeals in one day, I think we need to do something about how to bring justice nearer the people. Number one, my first suggestion is that the Supreme Court, which currently has about 15 to 16 justices, should be complemented by the full panel, which is about 22 constitutionally, so that when we have a full court, then the justices can be sitting in different panels. There are up to 3 courtrooms here. But for one panel to just be handling about 13 appeals, we are talking of strong political matters. I think the system is a little too hard on the justices of the Supreme Court.
By tomorrow, whichever panel that is constituted or reconstituted will take the appeals. So it doesn't matter, it's one Supreme Court. We are expecting 7 justices to constitute the panel, and whichever panel we see here tomorrow will take the case. It's as simple as that.
The Kaduna State government will talk as they want to put body to take do the insecurity challenge, especially for the matter of kidnap when we say food the state. The state governor Nasir El-Rufai Chowedisian for Kaduna when we say be the state capital. When we say they receive people from the Fellowship of the Church of Christ inside Nigeria. Governor El-Rufai when we say Deputy Hadiza Balarabe stand for, he called the religious oga dem for the state, made a join body with the government and made a pray for the peace and development of the state.
In Kaduna, we've had so many challenges, kidnapping, banditry, armed robbery, and all, and most recently the gas explosion that took lives. We're doing our best, but I know that the interventions of prayers, that God in His mercies will give us, the grace and the wisdom to be able to do what is right in the state. We should pray for our leaders so that there might be peace in the land.
I call on the federal government and the state to make sure that justice is dispensed, that people are united, because we have very good brains in this country. We can use them. In the face of security challenges, for only with that can we see what God has deposited in us.
The Nigeria Medical Association NMA, they don't say they're not happy on top of the matter. They say that the Nigeria President don't pursue the Army Chief of Staff after one brigade the security forces, where say that they kill like 174 security force members since December. Oga President Isufu Muhammadu action on Monday come after people when they die from one brigade when say the Islamic extremists do for Nigeria military last week enter 89. And when say make the deadliest brigade of its kind for years inside the West African nation. The people when say they die from the brigade on Thursday come out from the 25 soldiers when say the government they say they kill last week. To join the soldiers when they kill for the brigade near the border with Mali. They say now like 77 extremists, 9 the Niger Army and their foreign allies killed when say be France and the United States. As the Yanis take put them on Sunday, when say the government do, they say the presidential Yanis talk on Monday say Brigadier General Salifu Modi could replace Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Ahmed Mohamed when say be the military personnel from Niger inside Germany. He still pursued the Secretary General of the Ministry of National Defense and the Chief of Land Staff. China, through their foreign minister, Wang Yi, don't make one call, say, made a come out one economic sanction when they give Zimbabwe person on top of their head. He finished in Whirlwind Africa tour with one visit when say do on top Harare, where say take through with the yarn after one meeting with his Zimbabwe counterpart, Sibusiso Moyo. They say the sanction then are those when say the European Union, EU, and the United States, US put for their head. And they affect top politicians and companies then. They put down for their head because they don't get progress for the democratic and human rights reforms when we say stop press freedom. The Chinese FM tour when we say Beijing say not to follow up for the result of China-Africa Summit when we say they do for 2018, come out from Egypt, go East Africa before it end in Zimbabwe. Before a fly goes Zimbabwe, one day for Burundi. He start from Egypt before he go Eritrea, Djibouti, and Kenya. The next one, our foreign news. They say Saudi Arabia go withdraw 21 cadets when we say that they receive military training for the United States because of one U.S. investigate. When we say they do for the Saudi officer, when we say 3 Americans for Florida Naval Base, when U.S. Attorney General William Barr on Monday call say na work of terrorism. The December 6 brigade make the U.S.-Saudi relation worse for the time of tension between the United States and Iran and Saudi Arabia regional rival. One deputy sheriff shoot the gunman die, and Saudi Air Force Second Lieutenant Mohammed Saeed Amir Ashamrani for the Pensacola, Florida, palaver. Barbie bring one details of what Ashamrani do before the shooting. Bar say they come out 21 Saudi cadets from their training curriculum for the U.S. military, and they go come out from the United States later on Monday. After one investigation show say it be like say they do child pornography or social media account when say Islamic extremist or anti-American content that day. He say na Saudi Arabia now withdraw the cadet when be say na the United States supposed to do the waka when say they go take pursue them. and say the Saudi authorities tell them say they go reason if they go fight criminal charges against them. One Justice Department official when say they young give reporters for condition when say they don't know. He say U.S. officials don't agree with the matter to withdraw them.
The evidence shows that the shooter was motivated by jihadist ideology. He also posted other anti-American, anti-Israeli, and jihadi messages on social media, including 2 hours before his attack. 17 had social media containing some jihadi or anti-American content. However, there was no evidence of any affiliation or involvement with any terrorist activity or group. 15 individuals, including some of the 17 I just mentioned, so there is overlap, had some kind of contact with child pornography. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia determined that this material demonstrated conduct unbecoming an officer in the Royal Saudi Air Force and in the Royal Navy. And the 21 cadets have disenrolled from their training curriculum in the U.S. military and will be returning to Saudi Arabia later.
U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo on Monday talk say they kick Qasem Soleimani as part of one kind of work of challenge them from U.S. people when say still follow for China and Russia. As they call they make and be like say they kill the top Iranian general because they plan to get work for U.S. target them. For a year when we say do for Stanford University Hoover Institute, Pompeo show news of the threat of big begin when we say Soleimani be plan. He follow fast, he take shook mouth for inside one question when we say beyond before say the Wakanda the reason for the January 3rd American drone strike for Iran's second most powerful official waka. Democrat and some Republican lawmakers all challenge administrate for the self-defense waka when we say one intelligent joint body when we say they don't know support for the Bege waka. US President Donald Trump, we don't say the Ogbonge target them now for 4 US embassies. On Sunday, Defense Secretary Mark Esper, he said no see any intelligence when say there's someone of that kind making for the embassies. Trump on Monday had another ginger for the palaver when say don't they grant say it don't really matter whether Soleimani position one Ogbonge threat.
There was enormous work done over the last 12 months to put us in a place where the president had every opportunity to make a good decision when the risk was high. My judgment is the president made the right call. It's what I recommended to him. There was, in fact, a set of imminent attacks that were being plotted by Qasem Soleimani. It was unmistakable. I mean, you heard the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff say if we hadn't done this, we would have been negligent. This is not a political actor. This is the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Milley. The intelligence community said the same thing. It was their view that the risks were real and growing, and that the actions that we took that day reduced that risk. It never eliminates it, but it reduced that risk. And the American people can see our intelligence professionals for what they truly are. I know that I certainly do.
One judge on Monday talk say the man when said the summer accused give say use cutlass. They caught like 5 people from one house of one Hasidic rabbi. When said they do Hanukkah Grove fit face death penalty by trial if one of the people when say caught when say still for coma die. Grafton Thomas show face for New York. Court when say take plea not guilty to federal hate crimes for December 28th court of members of the Orthodox Jewish community inside New York. When say make the number of federal charges when say they face enter 10. Each count carry one maximum prison term of life. U.S. District Judge Curtis Sibel talk say if he need capital defense team, if any of the people when say caught, then die. One of those when say begin a 172-year-old man when say get plenty of wound for his head, hand, and neck, and it be like say if he not make them as a family take care. All right, the next one now our business news. Let's say Oga President Muhammadu Buhari on Monday signed the 2020 Finance Bill enter law. The special advisor to Oga President for Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, confirmed this development for 1 year inside Abuja as the presidential waka person take care. He said this one joined for the passage when the National Assembly do and the forward of the legislature to Oga President for signing. Now remember, said the president when they present the 2020 appropriation bill, he give the National Assembly, we don't still present the finance bill give them. Still ahead at the Top Plus TV Africa News now, a roundup for entertainment and sport with the show back.
Mona Lisa is all about me. It's all about you. It's all about our stories. The stories that never get told, but ought to.
Whereby water transportation does not make financial sense, it makes economic sense.
I was there for 2.5 hours on the floor. Nobody attended to me.
If we don't take care of the poor will take care of us.
It's about getting at the root of things and hearing from the horse's mouth.
We have 15 public hospitals to make them affordable.
In the whole of Africa, we are bigger. You know, Nigeria, we sleep, eat, dream, fashion.
Those with the financial backing don't see fashion as an investment, which makes no sense.
If they do it for free, they won't have money for the next case.
Mona Lisa is about real life and real lives, yours and mine. Make a date with Mona Lisa, and together, let's ensure that the important stories get told.
Welcome to Tea Time on Plus TV Africa, where we bring you the biggest entertainment stories and, of course, analyze them for you.
You can have both parents and still end up as a useless child. I see them every day.
Most times I worry more about where I'm coming from and where I am now, and that determines my next step.
Why are you sounding like
Alibaba
now?
Plus TV Africa, we're feeling good. No time to dull, everybody feeling alright.
Still make music and people are still buying. Sometimes I look myself minimal IU.
Apala music is for mature-minded people. I got DMs sometimes from Malawi, like, woo!
Sleeping early.
First point of accountability is asking questions.
Hello and welcome to Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa. I am Udoka Njoko.
Hi everyone, welcome to Plus Training.
You cannot continue to recycle poverty while you're spending a lot of money on unproductive ventures.
The government has to feel the impact.
Honorable Commissioner, sir, welcome to the show.
All right, on to entertainment. American model and entrepreneur Blac Chyna don't deny him before boyfriend Robert Arthur Kardashian claim of a get pikin dream, say he leave am. Robert be don file for the primary custody of their 3-year-old daughter, and he call for Blac Chyna make she get reduced access when say go only allow her to see dream for weekends with the nanny when be say go dey there. As the court file is take there, Rob Sam accuse give Blac Chyna say he dey carry the take highness and they spend $600 for alcohol every day. The 32-year-old TV star still some accused give her, say she dey use cocaine and they make her quick para when say be threats to people. Robert still young for the court say the way when be say her daughter when say be dream till they do, say don't change, say no they make sense. All right, that one of entertainment. The next one, now for sport. On to sport, they say Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, he don't renew in bid again to buy English Premier League side Arsenal, when we say don't finish with him project when we say they do now. Dangote, when we say they yarn with David Rubenstein, show for inside Bloomberg, he say he get mind to take Arsenal go to the next level. He say if he not buy Arsenal for now, but when we say don't finish with all in project, when we say they grant, he go take the company go to the next level. He don't first talk in mind say he go buy Arsenal for 2015. And American billionaire Stan Kroenke and get Arsenal for now.
It is a team that, yes, I would like to buy, someday. But like what I keep saying today, we have $20 billion worth of projects. And I think that's really what I want to concentrate on. I'm trying to finish building the company. And then after we finish, maybe sometime in 2021, we can...
so you're not buying a team right now?
I'm not buying Arsenal right now. I'm buying Arsenal when I finish all this project. Because trying to take the company to the next level.
All right, now for your Google break on top this very clock for news on the hour for Plus TV Africa. For better and plenty information, follow us at Plus TV Africa for Facebook, for Twitter, and for Instagram. And it will make sense when I subscribe to our YouTube channel at Plus TV Africa. You will see the same and plenty other to read them as time they go. My name, I promise, Nero. And I thank now episode that join us on well done.
Is it for upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Buki November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's tea time on Plus TV Africa.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to.
Sometimes when we see celebrities either on social media, television, or in person, we assume they have it all together, but we forget that they're also human. Well, here are some of the low points of some of your favorite celebrities.
As a young person growing up, I have had to sell akamu on my head. You know, yeah, on a tray. You go like in the morning, like very early in the morning before I go to school. Buy akamu, you know. That's why you should never underrate anyone. No matter the situation, you see them or you find them. When I go to UK and had to play at the Rio Festival Hall with Miriam Makeba, then, oh my God, I'm like, that's akamu selling girl. That was selling akamu. You know, so be inspired. Be inspired. Follow your dream. Follow your heart. Sit back and say, what is my passion in life? What can I do to better the world? And before you know it, you're already making an impact.
When I came to Lagos here after school, I remembered I entered what is called 911. 911 is a kind of lorry found then that they will load Gary, load in at the back. Then in between the driver and the load, we have what is called second class. And that is where I sat. And could you believe that by the time I got to Ido and I came down, my box, my shoe, because it took us 3 days from Bender, from Midwest to Lagos, all my loads were loaded. You see, when you pass through such, and when you become somebody, you look back and you look at what people are going through. It makes you to help others.
When I decided to be an apprentice photographer, we were living in Ebute-Metta, and I would trek, you know, from Ebute-Metta into Willoughby, from Willoughby into cross the Leventis into Ido Road, past Ido railway station, go across the Kata Bridge, and then into Agbogbon, into Broad Street. And I trekked that for 1 whole year. And then finally when I got to London, I had to be a cleaner, you know, every morning. Get out of the house by 4:30 to clean till 9 a.m. and then rush off to school. So I've done quite a lot of things like that, and I still continue to do that. And so for me, it is part of one's development. And I didn't see that I was suffering. Occasionally, you know, you want to stop. You have cried many times. I've failed many times, but I've just got up. I get up again. A lot of people, I enjoy goodwill of some people who pull me up again and help me on my feet, and then I go on.
I finished that film and I became very famous. As young as I was, I didn't even know what it was all
film. Everybody would just be calling me over. I'm like, what's wrong? What's going on? When the film was all over the place, so I couldn't go to the market. And I used to go to the market a lot, you know, to go and buy all these second-hand, all the second-hand outfits. And then there was one day I went to the market with a couple of my friends, and I just realized that I just couldn't buy these things anymore because they would tease me. The market, the people in the market, the traders will always tease me and said, so you see, they come buy Bendam Boutique, you know. So that made me realize that, oh, so if I become a star, there are a lot of things I won't be able to do, or what? So I went back and I said to myself, is this how I'm going to live my life? I won't be who I want to be. I won't be myself. And I said, no, I won't let that catch up with me. Just be who you are, no matter your craft, no matter how high you think you've become. Still be that same person that the girl next door, still the girl or the boy next door that people can always relate to.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Ladies Talking Business. If it's your first time watching, we help break business terms to its simplest form and give you tips on ways to help grow your business. In the studio with me today is Janet Adetu, a certified executive business coach with expertise in corporate protocol, professional image and leadership development. Today she will be sharing with us the need for customer centricity in running a successful business. Thank you for joining me in the studio.
You're most welcome, Irene.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to have you here today.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
We all have one thing in terms of either buying or selling. One way or the other is either you're buying something or you're selling something. As a person in itself, you're either selling yourself or having people come to you, right?
Yeah.
But how would you explain customer centricity for starters?
Okay, that sounds like a big word to people out there. So let me just,
just break it
down into, layman's terms. Basically, for every organization that's in business, I would say they do need to have some element of customer, centricity, in the sense that you must be customer centric. You must have empathy for your customer. You must put your customer first. That's how I put it, because your reputation is at stake. Your customers can make or break your reputation.
Exactly.
So whatever you're selling is really about making sure that your customers are happy with the product, they enjoy the product, they are very happy to be your ambassadors and tell other people about your product, because it's very easy, to make one or two customers, but when you lose those two customers, to get those two customers back is very difficult. So you want your customers to be happy all the time. Customers tend to jump ship easily with no apology.
Exactly.
Right. So being customer centric means making sure that you put the customer's need first. The product or the service that you're providing is useful to the customer, is beneficial, is something that they really need. You can always fine tune it, you can always add more to it, you can always keep developing your product, but such that the customer is always, going to feel that what they have from you is something that they would not want to give away. The customer loyalty comes from this aspect of customer centricity, in the sense that as an organization, it's not about your product, it's about your customer.
Exactly.
Will my customer come back? Will my customer tell other people about this product or service that I'm offering? Will my customer be my ambassador without me spending millions on marketing? Because most times, word of mouth really does help. It does a lot of businesses very well. And it's because the customer says, you care about me, you're thinking about me. So when you find some organizations sending birthday greetings out there, you know that, oh wow, this organization, they really care about me, they're thinking about me. I am really important to their business. And that's what it's all about, making sure that the customer feels that they are being taken care of, their needs are being considered. When they have complaints, they're addressed almost immediately, and their voice is being heard. Because at the end of the day, you are providing a product or a service just so that that customer will always feel happy.
And always come back, as
and
it were.
always come back and be loyal. That's the whole idea about that, being customer centric. So no matter what you're selling, whether it's something big or small or expensive, whatever, even if you have a boutique selling clothes that are not so expensive, make sure that when a customer walks into your organization or into your shop, into your showroom, you're quickly up. You're up and about. How are you, madam? Greeting them. What would you like? How can I help you? You know, because we do find some places where, hey, you walk into a place and they're just looking at you. They're sizing you up.
Exactly.
First of all, could I? You know,
can she afford what I'm selling?
Yes, no, let me not waste my time. But guess what? You never can judge a book by its cover. You don't know that customer can bring you more business tomorrow. So you have to be very, very, customer service is key. It's really about exerting excellent, exceptional customer service. Not just ordinary customer service. Exceptional ones. Yes, absolutely. Service. And what is it about exceptional one? It's just going the extra mile, doing the extra thing, you know. And it could be as little as, would you like a cup of tea or service? You run a spa, for instance, and someone's come to do to be relaxed and to have their massage and all that. And you know, to be relaxed, what else can I do to help my customer feel more relaxed? Offer them a drink. Offer them tea or coffee, offer them something small, maybe a snack while they're waiting, just to feel special, just so that, hey, competition is real, so you need to be able to dare to be different so that you can stand out from the crowd, because customers will easily jump ship just from a normal frown.
Because, I mean, it's not just you selling that thing or, you know,
it's actually not about your product.
Service.
It's not even about your service. It's about your soft skills. Exactly. And I preach it all the time. Your soft skills are what will make or break your business. So from the moment you walk in, whoever's at the front desk, a simple hello or a simple smile can make or break.
Smile on the face, exactly.
Can make or break that relationship, you know. And I mean, I've walked into organizations where I can remember a particular time where the front desk officer, she was eating her, it was breakfast because it was in the morning, although it was rice and the aroma was there. She was eating, and as I walked in, she didn't even say hello. She just said, please sign there. She was still eating and she just pointed to the register, and I thought, can you imagine? And lo and below, she wasn't polite at all. As soon as I finished writing my name, she threw the tag at me and just said I should take a seat. So you can imagine, did I go back there again to do business? Absolutely not. Way. So it was, and you see, customer centricity really starts from the moment you step through the gates of an organization, from the security man to the front desk officer, before you even see the person that you are actually going to see. And that's why I say to management, it's very key. Your front desk officer can kill your business.
Exactly, it's very important.
And you don't know, the person could be coming to do $1 Naira business, $1 million business. You can never tell from the person just by looking at them. And therefore, soft skills are extremely essential if you want to put your customer first. It's all about empathy. You know, it's all about self-awareness. It's about self-discipline. And it's more key to reputation management for the organization.
All right, and then we know that here in Nigeria, how well do you think we're emphasizing enough on how we take care of our customers?
No.
At some point or the other, you must have bought something from, you know, a store. You know.
I mean, some organizations are trying their best. They're actually trying their best. We can see it now based on soft skills. Some companies, as soon as you step into the organization, you're being welcomed. And as you leave, you're even being thanked for, you know, for your custom, for your, you know. So that on that point, they're trying. But there's still a lot of organizations that are actually ignoring this element. Now you can tell that there's a lot of entrepreneurs. A lot of people now own their own businesses. That's really where the problem is. People who are entrepreneurs, who are not investing in soft skills or empathy for the customer, that's where the real problem is. And it's about really educating and advocating for proper customer service.
Because you see a lot of customers really complaining, oh my goodness, I went to this store, the way the receptionist or whoever just looked at me exactly like I was nothing until I brought out what I wanted, my money to pay. She started treating me right. Hello, I think that was too late.
And that is, yeah, too little too late, because customer service, the moment you hire anybody who is going to be customer facing or client facing, whether it's high profile job or a sales girl, you must invest in some element of customer service. It's an assumption that everybody has an idea of how to say hello. Common greeting is part of customer service, and attending to the need of that person. So somebody comes in and they're looking for something, or you walk into a supermarket that is full of many aisles and you're looking for a particular product. The people who are on the sales floor should know where every item is. It's part of customer service. I've walked into a supermarket as well, and I asked for something, and the person said they don't know where it is, and yet they work there. You see, now that
and you
again
make efforts to find what it was.
Even if you don't know where the place is, or maybe you're new in the organization, because that can happen. Pass that customer on to someone who you think will know where that thing is, or direct them again, or just tell them, please, if you see the lady that is over there, she's in control of that area, kindly ask her. And that's all it takes, just an element of politeness. You know, good conduct and behavior is very important, and you don't just answer in a lackadaisical manner. You know, everything about your customer service is your body language, your body language, your conduct, your tone, the way you communicate. Yes, your voice, you know, the way you've come across. And have you come to say, hello, how are you? Can I help you? Because sometimes you can be somewhere and you can glaringly see that the person is looking for something or needs assistance. Even if it's not your area, it's not your department, it still means that if that's your organization, be polite enough to ask that person, how can I help you? And that is enough to at least set the right tone, and then you can pass them on to the right person. But yes, we don't see enough of that in the businesses in Nigeria today, and it's because a lot of people have taken it for granted. A lot of people think, well, I'm here to sell this thing. If I sell 10 today, I'm okay. I don't really need to emphasize on customer service. But guess what? You're in business for a long time, not just for tomorrow, and therefore you want your customers to keep on coming back and to keep on recommending you to other people. So customer service is important, and no, we're not seeing enough of it. I wish we could see enough of it. We need to be educated a bit more.
Exactly. So we know that, I know that you are a corporate image consultant and you do a whole lot with it. How can a deficit in customer centricity affect a business as a whole?
Oh, wow. It's still back to the reputation that I was talking about. Image is everything. And a picture speaks, you know, a 1,000 words, yes. But, you know, when there's no customer centricity, you're killing your organization immediately. I said initially that competition is real. So you're not the only one that is in this business. There are a whole lot of people. But why do I want to come to you? Why am I geared towards you? Maybe in the past you have done something, or maybe you're the first person that I walked into that place to say, I like this, and I liked what I saw, and I'm coming back. But you can imagine if you're the first person that I'm approaching about this particular service or product that I'm looking for, and you frowned at me, and you didn't smile, and you didn't attend to me at all.
You were insolent, possibly.
The first thing I'm going to say is not about you. I'm going to talk about the company. I'm going to say, oh my gosh, no. The reputation is bad, and that's the image that you're killing already. And lots of businesses are suffering from this just because of that little 1 minute of soft skill. Hello, good afternoon. How can I help you? That kind of thing. And the image is dented, and sometimes, you know, they say first impressions go a long way.
Exactly.
And it takes seconds to make that first impression. So if I walk into your organization and I don't see anything related to any kind of element of politeness, and I walk out, it's going to take me a long while for me to regain trust in you. Chances are I'm not coming back. I'm actually going to go to another organization. So definitely the image is killed, and you know, there's a saying from Warren Buffett that says it can take you 20 years to build a reputation, to build your business, and it can take you 2 minutes to kill it.
All right, then we know that we've seen lots of people going into customer service, customer care training, but then it's not necessarily really translating to the way they relate with customers when they see them. Some people will tell you, oh, I'm not in the mood. I can't smile if I'm not in the mood.
Well, you're right. And there are tons and tons of trainings out there. What is that training geared towards? What is the objective of the training? I really believe when it comes to customer service, it's a practical, interactive training. It's not about theory. It's not about this is this and this is that and everything is writing. It needs practicality. It needs case studies. It needs real-life examples. You need to be put in a position whereby if a customer comes into your organization and is extremely angry, and this is a scenario, what would you do? It needs role play. You need to act it out. You need to be able to be in a position where been there, done that, seen it, all right? And that's the only way it can be embedded. And it's not a one-day thing, by the way. When it comes to customer service, it should be consistent. It should be something that you reiterate and, you know, you reinforce. Customer service training is reinforcement, all right? And it's not that they've done the training and they should be able to do it. No, it needs to be, you know, consistently, you know, things need to be in their face all the time. And sometimes you can do a face one-on-one classroom training and support it with videos, support it with more case studies, support it with write-ups, you know, support it with things that you know that these are things happening every day.
Yes.
Hey, this is our business. This is the same business that we're in. Look at what happens in this company on the basis of this. A bit of research needs to be done as well. But yes, again, you're right. Some people do the training and they just can't be bothered. And that's where really etiquette comes in. It's an attitude thing.
Exactly.
Attitude is a killer. And you know, with etiquette, it's about appearance, behavior, and conduct and communication.
Yes.
So when the attitude is wrong, the company has to look inwards. What is making the attitude of our staff bad? What is that? What is it about the morale that is being killed? Is it the environment? Is it what we are offering them? Is it something that there's a bit of conflict? Are they having workplace, you know, conflict? Are they having some issues with each other? Are they having challenges? You have to dig right into it, because when it comes to customer service, as an employee, you also have to be happy. You also have to know about the product that you're selling. You have to have some detailed knowledge about it. And can you buy it before you start thinking about selling it to someone else? All right, and that's it. Some people don't believe in what they're selling or the product that they have. Some people don't believe in it. So it's really about aligning your employees' goals with the goals of the organization to move forward.
We'll take a quick break now. When we return, we'll talk about etiquette. Do stay with us. Thank you. All right, thank you very much for staying with us. You're still watching Ladies Talking Business on Plus TV Africa. Ma'am, let's talk about etiquette for a bit. Now, I know that while I was still in university, I remember one thing my chancellor used to say. He said your skill would take you to a certain position, but your character would keep you there. Putting this in line with etiquette, how well do you think we're embracing this culture in Nigeria, in our society?
And that's a good thing, a good question, because incidentally, when I started my business, I started in Nairobi, Kenya, for a number of years, and they were very open to something like this because they felt it would boost them, take them to the next level, and enhance their leadership skills. When I was crossing over to Nigeria, we had two schools of thought. We had the young ones that thought they do not have time for etiquette because they don't understand it, all right? And then we had the older ones that says, yes, 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 we need to inculcate it in our youths, that it's something that is really missing. So it's like that. And so when I started here, I realized that, look, the word etiquette, actually, I play down on it in business. I call it protocol, because I think people look at it as a bourgeoisie word. People think that it is only for the rich and the famous. People think that it's got nothing to do with them and it's for a certain category of people. And people also think it's like trying to make them be what they are not. No, 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 it is not. It is really about those skills, profitable, beneficial, purposeful, all right, skills that are used, interpersonal skills that are used to take you to the next level. There are skills that will help you get a job, stay in a job, thrive in a job. There are skills that will help you escalate to the next level. There are skills that will help you maneuver around situations that seem to be challenging.
And this seems to be one thing that people don't really understand.
No, they don't understand the importance of ensuring that there are certain soft skills you need to be a leader. Now, it is true, you don't readily see it in the university, you're not readily taught, but certain circumstances will position you in a place whereby, hey, I wish I had better knowledge about this, I would have handled it better, all right? And it's about, again, ABC, your whole appearance and your attitude, your behavior, and your conduct and communication. All those three package you and increase your image. And etiquette really is about, so I'll start with manners. Manners is the right thing to do at the right time. I see you in the morning, I should say good morning. That's manners. I see you in the afternoon, I should say good afternoon. Or in the evening, you know, I should greet you because I'm just seeing you for the first time that day. Etiquette really is how do I greet?
How you do it.
How do I greet? And sometimes, well, many times actually, it's influenced by culture and religion. So if I'm in Asia, there's a way I will greet you. If I'm in Africa, there is a way I will greet you. And if I'm in any other part of the world, there is a way I will greet you. So it's based on the geographical location, the culture, and the religion as well. Protocol is when. So manners, etiquette, and protocol go together. So should I greet you now, or should I greet you 5 hours later? The protocol means I ought to greet you now as I'm seeing you. As we sit at the table and we want to eat, the protocol is take your napkin, place it on your lap, all right? Pick up your cutlery and start eating. All right, so that's the protocol. The etiquette is how do I start eating? Do I eat with my knife and fork? Do I eat with chopsticks, or do I eat with my hand? And of course, the manners is making sure you eat with your people around you in mind. So don't eat with too many, don't talk when your mouth is full, all right? So don't lean across the table while you're eating. When you have knife and fork in your hands, don't be wielding it as you're talking or you're gesturing. It's dangerous, all right? So, but you're right again. I wish we could see more. The society, and it's not just locally, actually, it is global. Unfortunately, globally, there's a lot of rudeness. There's a lot of very bad etiquette. There's a lot of very bad conduct. And when it comes to business, an organization will hire you for your technical skills, but they will fire you for your behavioral skills.
Exactly.
So poor behavior, you will be fired. Good technical skills are good. But you see, that is why it's very important that you must remember that today, soft skills are the new hard skills. People are not hiring because you had a first class. People are hiring because we want to know, do you actually have leadership potential? Do you work well with other people? Do you have the ability to lead a team, to work with a team? Because it's not just me, myself, and I, you see. And therefore, etiquette means being polite to people, being considerate, being kind, being able to do things together. It's not just about you. And therefore, we try to emphasize it in terms of when it comes to leadership, you must have empathy. You must be able to understand. You know, emotional intelligence is key to any leadership.
Exactly. I was going to come to that. What's the connecting? What's that connection between, you know, etiquette and emotional intelligence?
Absolutely. A good leader should always have elements of emotional intelligence. You are leading people, so you should be able to be sensitive to how you come across to them and how they come across to you. When you say something, how does it be thoughtful about how did that land on them? Was I a bit too harsh, or did I really take consideration about my words? Then you walk in, you see one of your staff who's just had a baby, and you know that she's got a young child, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, you know what? I think it's time. I think you, because of your baby, let me consider, for you to be productive and not think about your baby all day long, I need to make things more conducive for you. So I think you should come in at a certain time and leave at a certain time. And that time you're there, you're most productive. But if I keep you in the office till 6, 7, 8 p.m. and I know you had a newborn baby, you're not going to be productive at all. And that means I, as a leader, must be sensitive to them, to my circumstances and to people that I am leading. And it's very important. It's about self-awareness. It's about self-discipline. It's about empathy. You know, it's about so many things that make you lead. As a leader, you cannot claim to know everything. You should be in a position where you're also learning from the people that work with you. And that makes an all-rounder. And it means, therefore, as a leader, you must have some etiquette. You must be able to be polite, because you are actually the epitome of somebody's looking at you. You are coaching or mentoring from a distance without even knowing it. People are watching the way you do things. Are you a good leader? Do you show good traits, good leadership traits? And that's where the whole full package comes in. If you are a leader who is very rude to your subordinates, shouts all the time, extremely inconsiderate, could not care less about, I don't care, finish it at 10 p.m., that's your business, then you are definitely going to have real problems with your leadership style, poor productivity, and the bottom line will be affected completely. And people will begin to leave. High turnover, just because the boss, we don't get on with the boss. So a lot of things are connected, and it's almost I wouldn't call it customer service from the external point, but it's internal customer service. Am I polite to the people that I work with?
Because it's going to translate to the customers themselves.
Absolutely.
All right, finally, because of time, do you need to go to a school to learn all of these things, or you can pick it up from the environment?
You mean etiquette itself?
Yes.
Behavior, conducts, interpersonal skills. To be honest with you, you don't necessarily need to go to school, because as they say, when it comes to manners, manners is everywhere. Manners is free. Manners is priceless. The problem is you can lose millions without manners. And, and again, with manners and etiquette, it can actually open doors for you more than any technical education that you have had. But you can pick it up as you go along. But it's nice to be in a position where you can get elements of training on it, because it gives you a foot forward, all right? It's not to say where the etiquette schools, I need to go there. Sometimes
schools. I know I went to a finishing school though.
Yes, which I think is fantastic, because I run a finishing school myself. But you see, at this point in time, if you get the opportunity to go, don't say, I don't want to go, or I have to go because my office says I have to go. Every learning experience is important. Knowledge is power. Whenever you find yourself in a position where you're learning something new, grab it. You might not need that knowledge now, you might need it later. But yes, it's good to go to a place where you can learn some of these soft skills, because it's an added advantage. It's your panache advantage, I call it. But then again, always be observant. Use people that are mentors to you, that are coaches to you, that you really like the way they are. Watch the way they do things, watch the way they conduct themselves, how they communicate, how they behave, their appearance and their attitude, and you will learn a whole lot more. Definitely.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me. And that's all on Ladies Talking Business today. I do hope you really learned a lot, because I did. Until next time, I still remain your host, Irene Ubani. Bye.
We're fresh into the new year, and The Advocate is marking its 1-year anniversary with a special edition.
I didn't know condoms were free. That's the thing. Condoms are free?
When you were talking about if a case of condom being free or not, I was just saying I have to phone a friend, because I'm not really in that department.
We have a lot of capacity. We're change makers. There's nothing we cannot turn around.
I've had friends that said that, when I got married, I didn't think that what I went through with my parents, I didn't think those things were going to repeat itself. And then I entered my own marriage and I saw myself exhibiting something. I'm like, no, I need to take a break.
We cannot build a nation without the strength of the youth and the wisdom of the elders.
Nah. We don't just have strength, we have wisdom. That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Wisdom is Nigerian.
No, chill. It's all this.
Country people, we dey thank una one that joined us on top News on the Hour for Plus TV Africa.
This na number 63 Massey Street for Itafaji, where building just collapsed by 10 a.m. this morning.
They say the Oga of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, don't tell federal government say if they provoke him, it go cause wahala for inside the country.
Because if the British citizen no be say you go enter Nigeria, come cause kasala, run go Britain, go stay in peace.
Them say na the diesel truck catch fire as they try offload the diesel way dey inside. Come out, fire department come try quench the fire.
For the first time for Nigeria, every will enjoy television news for Ogbonge Pidgin English.
For more tori, make una kukuma follow us at Plus TV Africa on top Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Make una subscribe to our YouTube page and for Star Times on channel 308.
Welcome to Tea Time on Plus TV Africa, where we bring you the biggest entertainment stories and, of course, analyze them for you.
You can have both parents and still end up as a useless child. I see them every day.
Most times I worry more about where I'm coming from and where I am now, and that determines my next step.
Why are you sounding like
Alibaba
now?
Plus TV Africa, we're feeling good. No time to dull, everybody feeling alright.
I still make music and people are still buying. Sometimes I look myself minimal IO.
Akpala music is for mature-minded people. I got DMs sometimes from Malawi, like,
Sleeping early.
Mona Lisa is all about me. It's all about you. It's all about our stories. The stories that never get told, but ought to.
Whereby water transportation does not make financial sense, it makes economic sense.
I was there for 2.5 hours on the floor. Nobody attended to me.
If we don't take care of the poor will take care of us.
It's about getting at the root of things and hearing from the horse's mouth.
We have 15 public hospitals to make them affordable.
In the whole of Africa, we are bigger. You know, Nigeria, we sleep, eat, dream, fashion.
Those with the financial backing don't see fashion as an investment, which makes no sense.
If they do it for free, they won't have money for the next case.
Mona Lisa is about real life and real lives, yours and mine. Make a date with Mona Lisa, and together, let's ensure that the important stories get told.
Many thanks for joining us on News on the Plus TV Africa. Here are the stories making the headlines, and I am Amaka Okoye. The Supreme Court has scheduled judgment for January 20th in the appeal challenging the last governorship election in Kano State. A 7-man panel of the court led by the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Ibrahim Mohammed, made the decision after lawyers in the case comprising an appeal and a cross-appeal adopted their processes and prayed the court to grant their prayers. The main appeal was by Abba Kabir Yusuf and his party, the People's Democratic Party, while All Progressives Party filed a cross-appeal. Respondents in the main appeal are the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje. Meanwhile, the court has reconstituted its panel, replacing Justice John Okowo, who took ill on Monday, with Justice Amina Oge. Justice Okonabang of the Abuja Federal High Court on Monday overruled Abdul Rashid Smaina's plea to reject documented evidence presented against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Justice Abang said that the defendant was not in a position to determine before the court which document was relevant to the case of the prosecution. He said that any document the prosecution decided to bring before the court to prove their case, provided it was admissible to the law, such documents will be admitted in evidence. He, however, noted that whether the court will consider the documents relevant to a case before it was entirely a different issue. Away from that story, Academic Staff Union of Universities has convened zonal congresses to deliberate on the outcome of its last week's meeting with the President, Muhammadu Buhari. At the zonal congresses, the union would begin the process of taking the final decision on the Integrated Personnel Payroll Information System following the meeting with Buhari, while some ASU zones met on Monday. Others would meet on Tuesday on the outcome of the meeting with the President. ASUU had met with Buhari on Thursday last week with the intention of persuading the federal government to drop the IPPIS for public universities. But the union's efforts seemed to be unsuccessful as the president appealed to the lecturers to embrace the IPPIS, which the federal government made mandatory for all its workers. Now, Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has filed a lawsuit asking the Federal High Court, Abuja, to order the 36 state governors in Nigeria to publish details and breakdown of payment of pensions to each of the former governors and other ex-officials, and the names and number of ex-governors and other officials receiving pensions under their respective state pension laws between 1999 and 2019. The suit followed SERAP's Freedom of Information request dated the 9th of December 2019 to the governors. Now, joining us in the studio, live in the studio, is the Executive Director, Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, Adetokunbo Mumuni. Good to have you, sir.
It's a pleasure being here.
Now, you have seen all of this that is happening with the SERAP. Now, our first question will be that they filed the lawsuit already asking the High Court to order 36 state governors in Nigeria to publish details and breakdown, as we read. Why the interest in these details will be our first question.
You see, we had filed a case earlier in which we sued the Attorney General of the Federation, in which a judgment was delivered by Justice Oguntoyibo of the Federal High Court, Lagos. In that judgment, the court said the Attorney General of the Federation should be the officer that should be concerned when there are various laws in the various states of Nigeria empowering governors to collect emoluments. Now, the court now directed that the Attorney General of the Federation should file a case to challenge the validity of those laws. Now, that case is to come up before Justice Oguntoyibo on the 3rd of February, because he said we should report compliance with our order. Now, we left that. We now said, okay, we want to know who of former governors, who of former deputy governors, who of ex-official of government in states have collected the money. We wrote to the state government. Only 2 governors responded to our request. And the response was not even complete.
Yeah, Sifani and Kara State Government.
Thank you. Now, we have given them the sufficient number of days under the Freedom of Dominion Act to give us what we wanted. They have not given us. The law says you must file your case within 30 days after the refusal of the request. If they wrote to you to say we are refusing, that is definite refusal. If they deliberately ignore what you requested for, that is constructive refusal. So we believe that our requests have been constructively refused.
I'll ask you to hold your thoughts there. We'll take a quick break and be back in a moment.
Thank you.
A lot of the jobs that exist today will not exist in the next 10 years.
10 years.
When I see people today shouting, we're not too young to run, we are ready to run. Ready to run to where?
The people of excellence are, to a certain extent, being held ransom by idiots and bandits.
Once you are in government, you believe everything you do is right. And once you are in opposition, everything the government does is wrong.
And so it's time for us to take over power.
Welcome to Tea Time on Plus TV Africa, where we bring you the biggest entertainment stories and, of course, analyze them for you.
You can have both parents and still end up as a useless child. I see them every day.
Most times I worry more about where I'm coming from and where I am now. And that determines my next step.
Why are you sounding like
Alibaba
now?
Plus TV Africa, we're feeling good. No time to dull, everybody feeling alright.
Of the various states to continue with that pension. Because we are still complaining about 30,000 naira as the salary for minimum paid workers. You are now